If you're watching this video, that means, first of all, you can read, and second of all, that title is 100% correct. I'm dyslexic! I have never played CSGO before in my life. But that changes today. If you somehow have never heard of CSGO before, it is a tactical first-person shooter that is easy to learn, but hard to master. Fuck you! A game that dates back to 1999, and I have never played it before in my life. At any point of the day, you could log on to the game, and there will be easily over 1 million players active around the world. That's more than 10. I've watched dozens of my favourite YouTubers play this game for years, so that means I have an idea of how this game's going to go. Right? Wrong! I am terrible at the game. My aim sucks, my tactics are even worse, but worst of all, I have to deal with the unemployed and a shit ton of Eastern Europeans. So, join me on this shit show as I pop my CSGO cherry. Wait, what the fuck? Where did my balls go? The premise of this game is really easy to grasp. There are two teams, counter-terrorists and terrorists. Can I even say that word on YouTube? Probably not. The bad guys have a bomb and need to plant it on either site A or B. All the maps have 2 bomb sites, and the good guys' job is to disarm the bomb before it explodes, which is only 40 seconds from when it is planted. But if the bomb hasn't exploded yet, and all the opposing team members have died, your team wins. That is basically all the gameplay knowledge I have in this game. Now, before I even get a chance to join a game with other players, I'm given a chance to have a couple of practice rounds of the game. What proceeds next is really fucking embarrassing. I get shat on by the bots. I really wish I was joking. After about 2 or 3 rounds, I finally start learning from my mistakes. Did someone say steaks? I'm not as reckless and somehow hit a few headshots. To anyone else, this is a meh, but for me, this was gold. So, with that being said, I finish up the practice rounds and join my first real lobby. And to say that I am bad is a massive understatement. The only thing stopping this experience from being completely shit was my teammates carrying me to the end of the game. Something got my attention really quickly though. I noticed that these lobbies had well over 16 people in, and at some point it got to a 10v10. I was confused, because all the content I've watched from my favourite YouTubers, they were all playing 5v5, and yet here I am surrounded by 9 other players. So I go back to the main menu to use my crafty detective skills. But actually, I don't need my crafty detective skills, I just need to use my 2 functioning brain cells to figure out I have been playing on casual mode this entire time. And the mode that has the 5v5 is competitive. I give the idea a thought, but then I realise I've been shat on for the last 2 hours playing casual, so maybe playing competitive is probably not the best idea right now. In the hours that followed, I started improving on little things here and there, such as my aim and my tactics, and instead of using the same 2 guns, the AK-47 and the AWP, I start using different guns. Speaking of guns, there's a lot of them, so let me just go through all of them then. First we have pistols, which are used in the first round because you don't have any money, and they can be used as sidearms in later rounds. The standard P2000 and the dual Berettas, I think I pronounced that right, P250, Tech 8, 5.7, and the most American gun ever, the Desert Eagle. Next is the mid-tier guns, the Nova Shotgun and MX-1014, MPSSD, P50, MAC-10, and the MP9. Following the mid-tier guns, we have the rifles. These guns here will let you cook, but if they're in my hands, I will give you food poisoning. We've got the FAMAS, the Galil AR, the M4A1, the AK-47, SSG-08, SG-553, the UG, which is also the sound effect I make when I get shot. UG, UG, UG. And finally, the most overused weapon, the AWP. The reason why it's the most overused gun in the game is because it's practically a one-hit kill. So if you're completely dogshit like I am, all you need to do is just save your money, because it's also the most expensive gun in the game, with good reason by the way, and just hope you get a kill. Now that is a lot of guns. Do you want to know something really neat as well? Most of them are one-hit headshots, so accuracy in this game is key. And well, I found that out the hard way. I'm gonna piss in your mouth while you sleep. So, in order to not be terrible at this game, you must use your brain. Wow, I'm shit. Let me explain. This isn't your typical FPS shooter, where you just run and shoot and expect to get a kill. If you do this in Counter-Strike, you're guaranteed death and not a single kill. You must keep your crosshair at eye level or at least body level. When moving around a corner, keep your crosshair on that corner. Don't be a dumbass like me and be looking at the wall when you're turning the corner. Every second counts in this game. If you don't have your crosshair at eye level and on that corner and somebody's there, you will lose, because in the time it takes you to get your crosshair on that player at eye level, they've already got you. So, be tactical, be smart, and use your brain. Please also use your brain when picking a gun at the start of the round. Let me take you back about 2 minutes ago. I mentioned money. These guns cost money. The only ways to make money is by getting kills, planting the bomb, defusing the bomb, or just simply winning the round. You can be smart here and save your money for the next round. Just use your pistol that you have and hope you get lucky and find a decent gun on the floor. Or you can be stupid like me and buy an AK or M4 every round and just throw your money down the toilet. You can also buy even more equipment if you're not broke. Flashbang can blind your enemies if they look in the direction it lands. Your teammates can also blind you if you're not concentrating. For fuck's sakes. You can also blind yourself. Smoke grenades are great as they can provide you cover in tight situations. A high explosive grenade is, well, a grenade. We all know what this thing does. Throw that shit and hope it does some damage to someone, and not yourself. Incendiary grenades and Molotovs aid you by forcing enemies out of a corner or another part of the map that an enemy might be camping. It's very useful and also annoying as fuck when it happens to you. Shit. Then decoy grenades. It's in the name. If you're lucky, you can fake out an enemy thinking it's a grenade. If that moment strikes, don't waste it. Now, after explaining all of this, I'm still so shocked at how popular this game still is. For such a simple game, you'd think people would get bored of the mundane gameplay, but boy, was I wrong. As I said at the start, whenever you log into the game, you're most likely going to see that it has over 1 million active players. After a few hours of playing it, I got interested, so I looked into the game's history to see why this game is still so popular, and I found some quite strange things. The game I'm currently playing is Counter-Strike 2. And it is the 5th game in the franchise. You heard that right. The 5th game in the series, and they ended the newest game with 2. Now look, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but why the fuck did they agree on this? There was really a bunch of businessmen and heads of Valve sat in a meeting, and they collectively agreed, yeah, 2 comes after 4. So just remember, if you thought you were a bit special, there's always someone 4 steps behind you. Now, apart from that occasion, it seems like Valve has kept the CSGO 2 community in a good mood. With regular updates such as nerfing and balancing out weapons and other mechanics, Valve has seemed to keep their fans happy. They've also turned them into gambling addicts. This is all thanks to the custom skins you can get with some of these weapons, and their cases, which are kind of like gambling loot boxes. When I was younger, I knew these skins had value, but in my head, I was thinking maybe a couple of pennies at most. What the fuck is this? Over £1,500 for a skin in a video game. I'm on page 10 of 2,300 and we're still in the £1,000 range. Thousands of pounds for skins. And people really are fucking buying them, right? If younger me knew how much these skins went for, I would have started playing CSGO 6 or 7 years ago. Do people seriously gamble their salary away for these cases in hope of getting a £1,000 skin? Boys, don't bother going to the casino. Just slap some money in your Steam account and hope you get lucky. Woo! I love gambling! Shit. Again, people willingly spend their hard-earned money on this game to gamble. But considering the players I've been in lobbies with, this doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Fuck you, cheater, fuck you. Fuck your mom, fuck you. My slave.
Salam fuck mouth.
Okay, apart from people like that, the Counter-Strike community is full of great people. I hope. From the very best in people to the very worst, at the end of the day, if you play this game, you're gonna have a gambling addiction. So, that pretty much covers my first couple of hours playing Counter-Strike 2. And it seems I've only scratched the surface of this whack-ass game. Like and subscribe, and I'll make another disappointing video, just like this one. Or even worse.